fantastic naval battle with all of the air overhead just like waiting to pounce and go in as soon as those anti-airships are dealt with. Anti-nuke aircraft carrier even coming in the back there. Is Mr. McDonagh able to win this naval engagement? That will decide basically the whole game here. Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome to Beyond No Reason. We have a Supreme Straight game here today. Map that I'm sure you're all very familiar with, but I've been promised something very extra special from this game here. A very interesting naval battle. Now, I don't know who sent this game in. Actually, they did not provide their username in the email. They actually sent me two. I was logged out of my email, and anyways, we're watching this now. It's pretty sick. It's going to be very cool. I'm excited. So, starting off with the warm colors team, we have for Mr. Forlog here in the red, playing Armada. I wouldn't be surprised if this is where the interesting naval battle goes on. Again, because he is the red leader, of course, he is probably going to be a little bit better than the rest of them. And he is obviously in this position to contribute to the Navy over here. Opposite him in the naval position, we have Mr. McDonagh, known for going air. So I'm actually interested to see him going Navy. And Zwolen, this man from Poland, 27 TS, with this interesting arrow. I'm not actually sure why why this was drawn. This is not where you normally go if you're playing Navy over here. Interesting. But for the cool colors team, we have Mr. Imre, not sure how to say that, from Turkey here. I actually really don't see a lot of Turkish people. Actually, another one down there. Starting with Armada bot lab here, going to be, you know, trying to control the center with those Armada bots. Not the most, yeah, I mean, a pretty weak opener in terms of like frontline capabilities, but very good for building your eco because Armada bots are insanely cheap to make, and you can make a lot of them. Milk Dragon here starting in this ocean, and his opponent would be Mr. Windrunner down over here, who is starting his expansion. And also starting with the Resbot, which is a super strong start and something you want to do if you're starting this position because all these trees, it's just so much free energy here. All these ferns and like palm trees, they're very nice, very thematic, but they must go to contribute to the energy economy there. Barbarous and Pyromathic. I don't know. Yeah, where that name comes from, but yeah, gonna be starting Armada bots as well. So yeah, interesting. A little tick here from our player in pink, trying to make his way all the way across this coastline here, and he would have done it if not for those meddling kids. Oh, he might make it. He might. I mean, he took out a tick there, so he's trying his best, but he probably will be taken out there. Although if he is going for Milk Dragon, that would be interesting. Air transport here, a Hercules for Mr. McDonagh. I believe it was transferred to him. That would only make sense. From Mr. Captain Pierogi, who is going to be going, or probably from Skinnerify. I have no idea. Captain Pierogi is probably going to be going like an eco air strat. Skinner, of course, starting air there. Most definitely going air. Actually starting with an air factory, which you don't normally see because it's a little bit inefficient to start with. So we'll see how he does compared to, I think our player in, Brown here, Malekith, will be trying his best to go for air as well. He's also starting with an aircraft plant. Nice little encirclement there from the grunts and the ticks against a couple blitzes from Happiness. Blitzes probably aren't so happy right now, I imagine. Free Skag Hurricane. Interesting. Starting on these like islands here, there's only a couple mexes. There's not a lot to start with. Does have his little transport there. I guess he is just capturing those. I don't know if he plans to expand into the sea. That would be an interesting game for Mr. Milk Dragon there. Very difficult 2v1 there. We'll see how it goes as Commander's being transported to some other islands. Barbarous able to stop an attack there and probably wanting to reclaim this medal right here if he can. Well attack there by those ticks. Yeah, one has made it through, just as Barbarous did. A little bit of a deja vu there, and yeah, pawns definitely aren't going to catch the speedy guy, but I'd be surprised if he's able to do anything. Although there doesn't seem to be any static defenses. He could grab a mex or two if he wanted to. Seems like he's just hiding in the trees, though, unfortunately. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, C has been taken by Forlog. Mr. McDonagh just starting his expansion. This is typically how this goes. I assume poor McDonagh will probably be pushed out of the sea. I can't imagine he's going to expand very far there with Forlog already claiming a lot. So maybe our interesting sea battle will take place in the northwest over here. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And if you thought that was funny, stay for the rest of the show. Yeah, typical shenanigans here in the middle. Both of the frontline players going at it, and then the more mid backline players like Happiness and Hurricane will just be kind of sitting back there, ecoing up. Actually, looks like Happiness is extending into the sea. Yeah, with some light amphibious tanks, these pincers making a beeline for Milk Dragon space. We'll see if they're able to do it. I thought there was... No, I don't see any static defense. The commander is there, of course. Commander, very large threat, of course. But yeah, we'll see what what those guys are able to do. Commander self-detonation back there, not totally unexpected. Easy 1200 metal. And looks like Zwollen is going to be going for these islands. Is this like a new strategy that I'm just unaware of? Or is it like old and I'm just stupid? Zwollen going for these islands like Hurricane did might be met with a little bit less success, as Forlog is there as well. So a little bit of a slower expansion for sure. Purple Polish player going at it, man. He's having, yeah, rocket bots galore, of course. And I don't actually know who's better, Rocketeer versus Aggravators. I think it's pretty even. We're gonna turn down the sound a little bit. I think it's pretty even between them. I'm not actually sure. I haven't really seen a lot of discussion on it, so I imagine it's pretty similar. Artillery starting to creep up here on the front line from Zwollen, as well as a Janus. Those guys are pretty nasty. Yeah, with the artillery, looks like Pyromathic will be pushed back, and definitely less of a combined front here from the Warm Colors team. Yeah, so now that Pyro has been pushed back, Barbarous can kind of just be double teamed here. I have to get one arrow drawing session in, like, come on. All right, looks like the Pincer tanks have made landfall here. And yeah, taking out some wind turbines. They will be taking out this naval construction turret eventually. Yeah, those guys have to be on land to shoot. They can't be in the water. That'd be a little silly. Yeah, Milk Dragon's not having a good time with that. And that's going to allow Windrunner to expand. And I don't really see him coming back from this. Warm Colored team also doing quite well. Also, Eavesdrop kind of getting hit there as well. Poor guy from Sweden. Yeah, looks like McDonough is pressured here. Still has his naval shipyard, but just barely. He's also got a couple of assault frigates, so he's not totally defenseless. But I can't imagine that Forlog is going to take too long to overwhelm him. Although Zwollen was able to take that mechs back. And yeah, as far as the air battle goes, looks like it is leaning towards the Cool Colors team in terms of air supremacy, which is very, very important for a naval game. So any Navy shenanigans typically supported by air if you want it to be super successful. However, boats also have some of the best anti-air in the game, honestly. Mobile anti-air. Sprinter bots out here from Eavesdrop, which means that Advanced Bot Lab is now out. So like a 7.5 minute Tech 2, I would say, is pretty good. Earlier than that, that's just when I noticed it and it started producing units. Looks like we do have Windrunner coming out here with a lot of Dolphins. Used to be the meta a long time ago. I mean, not that long ago. We'll see how they do against these assault frigates. Hopefully these guys do expand into more of a line formation. Otherwise, they're going to be doing a little bit of friendly fire there if they're not too careful. Yeah, they're there. They do start to notice, and those Dolphins are going to be starting to close in. I don't really see the assault frigates winning this, or it's going to be very, very close probably. Yeah, we can keep an eye on this. The main thing is that even if they do win and the shipyard's destroyed, it's basically over for Milk Dragon, although it was kind of over a while ago anyways. Although on the mainland, the Cool Colors team is very, very much dominating. Pyromathic has no stack defenses left and has also lost this very important mechs here. Contributes a lot of metal. And his army is actually pretty healthy, especially with these red spots going around. But yeah, Barbarous is now alone up here. Happiness with a couple missile trucks, but 5 missile trucks don't tend to turn the tide of a battle that much. So I can't imagine poor Barb is going to be able to stick it out here. He doesn't really have much of an army. And his only stack defense is going to be falling to these hordes of rocket bots. Although he is trying to repair it. So he's doing good work. Definitely slowing this advance. But I really don't see him like winning this position anytime soon. Well, the missile trucks are actually causing problems over here on the flanks, targeting these rocket bots, which is good. That's definitely your main opponent, especially if you still have stack defense left on the field, which they do. This Gauntlet is very, very nice, and this Overwatch also providing a lot of support. 22 kills, nothing to laugh at. Gauntlet, not doing as much, but Gauntlets tend to just, you know, be more annoying and cause damage more than like actually secure kills. So it's not totally, you know, it's still providing value even though it's not getting kills. Yeah, actually a very, very incredible counteroffensive. Now let's see those res bots used to, yeah, nice, reclaim these units. And that might just turn the tide of the war, or the battle on this front line anyways, with more metal flowing in your economy. And it's, yeah, 3v3 now for sure, with both Zwollen and Happiness contributing. Looks like Hurricane's just chilling in the back, as is Eavesdrop. They're definitely teching up here, so we'll see what they're able to contribute. Zwollen's commander over here. I wonder what he's going to try to get up to. Honestly, like a flank might not be bad. I mean, you definitely lose your commander. Also, this is like the most insane like wind farm strategy ever. They're all individually making wind turbines. I guess it's good to have them kind of like free from each other so you don't get like the whole farm detonated at once. Speaking of, Mr. McDonough is still sticking it out over here in the far east. Shipyard's still alive. He's got destroyers now instead of those assault frigates, so he's even feeling better. Destroyers are great against assault frigates, especially if you're trying to sit back and build harpoons. So we'll see how he does. Yeah, assault frigates going down for Forlog. I can't imagine, again, that Forlog would lose that battle, but Mr. McDonough is definitely sticking it out, so props to him. Something freaking going on over there. Oh, T2 being transported. Nice. We do see Milk Dragon making a little attempt at an attack with 5 assault frigates here. Pretty healthy, except for that one. We'll see if they're able to grab this shipyard. There's only 2 destroyers here to combat them. I think the destroyers, yeah, would definitely lose that in the end. But we do have, of course, the dreaded dolphins coming in to enclose these pretty damaged frigates. Yeah. The main thing is that shipyard staying alive, although getting these construction turrets out of the way is nice too. You know, it's definitely a win for Milk Dragon, even, you know, though he will lose the whole force. Shipyard over there, so he does still have production on the ocean. Mr. McDonough, again, still out here, man. Nice job. But there's a lot of assault frigates heading his way, that's for sure. Middle is going much less well for the Warm Colors team than it had been when we last looked at it. Still not doing bad, and we're starting to see stouts out here from Happiness. Much larger stout force from Zwollen, but you know, what are you gonna do? Supported by maces, you know, definitely not a bad strategy. We are starting to see, oh, I thought it was oh my gosh, pyros, but no, it's just a flamethrower turret there. Yeah, maces trying to hit the stout army from the side. At least Imre isn't contributing that much to the fight here in terms of like mobile army forces, so that's good. Neither is Barbarous though, so it's kind of looking more like a 2v2 by the minute or by the second. In terms of air power, still seems to be leaning towards the Cool Colors team just from what I can see on the map. I don't know if either of them are T2 yet. Yeah, starting to get T2 here from Malekith? I have no idea. T1 still going strong here for Skinnerify, so we'll see how that's going to change course of that air battle there. Oh, the smallest stout force from Happiness getting decimated there. The maces left them alone for too long, and yeah, I mean, Zwollen's yeah, good with the micro there. Very impressive showing, and it's basically just Pyro and Happiness left on the front line here. Barbarous retreated all the way back to this mountain and right in front of his base here. Looks like he's stalling on metal pretty hard, not able to produce anything. Trying to go for T2 mexes, but yeah, I guess queuing up after his advanced bot lab, which, yeah, is a little bit ambitious when you don't have any metal. I don't know how he queued those, like, I don't get it. I don't know. Anyways, forget what I was going to say. We're starting to see Marauders here from Hurricane. So Hurricane is ecoed up very, very efficiently, which means that we are already in the, where'd my pen go? Unfortunate. Anyways, means that we're already in kind of the late stage of the game. Definitely mid to late. Marauders definitely aren't like the heavy T3 unit that you kind of, you know, is typically associated with, you know, those late game strats. But still, props to McDonough here. He's sticking it out. Honestly, I'm surprised those Marauders went over here instead of, yeah, here as Forlog suggested. I feel like that'd be much better. Crush Mr. McDonough, you know, once and for all, get his economy off the map, and then you can take out the shipyard and his navy with ease. Still, again, surprised that Forlog has not been able to wipe him out yet. Very, very impressive. Cool Colors team has, yeah, I mean, was winning on that front line, but with Marauders coming in their back line here from Caxicon, the light purple player, let's say, is doing an incredible job here, absolutely wiping this place. And yeah, very nice job there from Hurricane. And T2 here from Eavesdrop, which wasn't really able to get that much done this game. Some sharpshooters there in the front, of course. But again, absolutely wrecking these guys. Shurikens are now coming in for Skinner FI. Wish those guys were there a little bit earlier, able to paralyze most of the Marauders there. All but one, actually. But yeah, still, I mean, the amount of devastation that these guys cause, and you're having frontline units, you know, retreating from the front line. At least stalling this attack by the Cool Colors team is fantastic. And that is catapulting the Warm Colors team economy just slightly ahead of the Cool Colors one. Also, the C is long gone for poor Milk Dragon. Looks like his little counterattack there didn't amount to much for long, which is a little bit sad. But he tried, you know. He did his best. That's all you can ask. But yeah, oh, the Cool Colors team is now broken through the front line. Barbarous is out of the game. Commander is sitting there dead. So sad, so lonely, so very alone. And yeah, nice. Oh, hold on. I dropped it. All right, we'll say a good 15 minutes for the late game. And Mauser's also, yeah, joining the front line here from Happiness. Happiness contributing a lot this game, man. He's doing his best to hold the front line. And, of course, Hurricane is doing good stuff as well. But he was more focused on really taking it up super early, which didn't allow him to contribute as much to the front line. Although that didn't really ever seem to be his intention. So, you know, all's well that ends well. And Mr. McDonough is ending well, man. I mean, this guy's insane. Normally thinking of him as like a very good, strong air player. But, I mean, obviously he is quite the affinity for the water as well. And doing a fantastic job there. I mean, look. The Forlock's Navy is in like full retreat over here, and I mean, he was cornered like this for like a solid amount of this game. So actually basically since the start. So nice. Looks like we do have an amphibious assault here from Windrunner. Yeah, you really got to watch your flanks when you've lost the sea here. And there's absolutely no stack defense or units that are here to disrupt this. I mean, a couple sprinters, but those guys are, yeah, not super effective. I mean, neither are seekers, right? But I mean, most impressive T2 unit from Armada. Just kidding. They do what they're meant to. I actually think they're pretty balanced. I used to hate on them a lot. I still enjoy doing it a little bit, but they're not as bad as I used to think they were. Poor Sweeper there. I mean, getting 8 kills, man. It's wild. Yeah, I mean, again, Hovercraft, Naval, Anti-Air, very powerful. We seem to have locked into more of a stalemate here as the match draws on. Typical of Supreme Straight, and one of the reasons that I dislike casting this map, but I can't ignore such a good game as this one has been. I mean, for all intents and purposes, this has been a very dynamic game. I'll be interested to see how this Navy goes. And what are the pings going down? He definitely probably has too many ships. Yeah, nice. And he's also asking for... Oh, no. Forlog was asking for air support. Interesting. Little naval wall being built up here. Not sure how much that's going to help you, but I think it might actually protect against amphibious units because they can't shoot until they get out of the water. And I don't know if they can bypass that. Although I know T3 and T2 units can walk over like those small fortifications, so no idea. That was a very loud sound I heard in my ear. EMP bombers. Maybe I need a bit of an audio tuner. Maybe I'm just stupid. Holy cow. It is like, it feels like it's right next to you. I don't know what that's about, but I guess we're going to have to deal with it for now. Not sure how loud the game sounds are for y'all. It's very loud in my headphones, but in the recording, it's always so quiet. I don't know what's up with that. Like, it's turned up all the way in OBS, and my audio interface, it's turned up almost all the way. Not all the way, because my ears would die. Little Gremlin here from Happiness providing line of sight, which is, yeah, great use for it, honestly. As long as it doesn't get too close to something that sees it. But yeah, this Falls Arc here would be a nightmare to deal with, but because of the line of sight, we have these rattlesnakes able to... yeah, start ripping it up, and it does go down there, which is actually a pretty big loss. I mean, those things are definitely expensive. It is easily reclaimable, of course, but, you know, still nice to have. Ambassadors out here from Happiness. These guys are notorious for being very annoying. At least I think they are. I detest them. I detest fighting against them. Average naval stats in the update. This spectator really is basically me with the arrows. I don't think their attack is... or the call to attack is a good idea, though. We now have cruisers out here and also a battleship up north. Kind of out of place, but yeah, this assault frigate heavy navy would get wrecked. Let's be real. And even more battleships coming out there. So I'll be excited to see those guys get in action. You don't normally see those. Normally the jump is kind of straight to flagship, or so I've seen. But it'll be cool. It'll be great. Ooh, Vanguard's out here from Hurricane. Hurricane, again, showing his economical might with these T3 units. And, yeah, making a good case for having somebody else besides just a very, very backline player eco up. Like, Rise Heaven, again, ecoing up very, very nicely. He's got his aces up, but he's contributing nothing so far. Neither has Captain Pierogi. I mean, I know that's like the point, right? It's supposed to be very, very heavy eco, but I think Hurricane strategy tends to be a little bit more successful. Although, again, you do kind of want the long-term save-ups because it does tend to be a stalemate heavy map. So I get it. I get it. You want to, you know, be good at the role that you're placed in, right? Tick spam out here from Immer. Very, very frustrating, especially against Vanguards who, you know, if you're not targeting them manually, they're just going to go ham against those ticks, and you're going to be wasting a bunch of shots. And they're also, you know, taking damage. I mean, over time, they will die. Right, and Mauser's also wasting shots, and you're hitting, you know, your own targets. These rattlesnakes are, yeah, shooting their own units because he's ticks. So you have to get the AOE crowd control, otherwise you're doing a lot of more damage to yourself. And you can't run away. Like, running away, those ticks are faster than you, and you're still, like, just hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Oh my gosh. Is this the clash? Is this Mr. McDonagh clash? Look at this, man. Look at the Navy he's built up. I mean, assault frigates are scary, but yeah, I mean, we got battleships out here, cruisers. Love me a good Buccaneer. EMP bombers as well. Yeah, they have a very interesting sound. It's like unlike any other sound. It feels like it's not muted at all. Yeah, EMP bomber actually nice because you're able to, you know, kind of just catch those targets out, and then they get torn apart by some of the longer range ships back here. The destroyers really, yeah, doing good work there. Does Forlog not have T2 yet? Holy cow. Yeah, well, that would explain something, man. He's actually doing pretty well, and most of that is due to a mail kit. I mean, like, these bombers are doing great. But the fighters are in now for Skinnerify. Does seem to be some anti-airships back here. Yeah, kind of hitting those fighters pretty hard. Way overextension from the fighters. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, they're extending over ground anti-air, and they had like one bomber there. I don't know what that was. Still got some fighters in reserve, of course, and actually still better than the enemy fire force, that's for sure. But nothing to capitalize upon having air superiority, really. I mean, some shurikens actually out here from Milk Dragon. He's trying to build up over there, but they do kind of get hit pretty hard. Although, you know, again, working a role similar to the EMP bombers, but bombers can just take a little bit more damage, which is pretty useful value-wise. The mid-line, this has been, like, cleared out. I don't know what happened here. I mean, the Vanguards is still up, so it wasn't like catastrophic defeat, but I guess the ticks were overwhelming, although it looks like they have stopped for now. Juno's out there for the cool color team. Hounds out here, Vanguard's out. Oh! Yeah, those Jaguars got lit up, frankly. Poor guys. They did their best. Oh, EMP bombers out here in force now. Oh no, those were torpedo bombers, my bad. So, torpedo and EMP doing their best. McDonagh's definitely taking casualties, but he's got a lot of resurrection subs, which are the coolest name unit in the game, by the way. Death Cavalry. Like, come on, man. Yeah, resurrecting just a battleship, just casually. The old Despot come to life, and we'll see what damage he's able to do before he dies. A couple kills coming in. Yeah, does go down again with 4 kills. So, you know what? I don't know if that was worth it resource-wise, but it's funky, and that's the most important part. Pyromathic looks like taking to the sea to support his ally here, who desperately needs some help. I mean, Forlog he's actually not doing too bad, considering he only is tier 1. Like, come on. Gotta give him some credit, but I don't know why he hasn't started T2 up yet. I mean, you could really, like, this is a case where I feel like Rise Heaven could really help him by making that T2 shipyard, right? Using his resources, which he has a lot of, to do that. I mean, this guy is 144, 180 metal, 10,000 energy, like, I feel like that could help Forlog quite a bit, but you know what? It's okay. And obviously he does have, you know, he is sharing with the energy, of course. Most people tend not to need energy, and Forlog doesn't look like he's one of them, but yeah, still, the metal's always nice. But Mr. McDonagh really not carrying his team or anything, but, I mean, carrying himself, like, so well. Like, this is insane. Pushing out this far, and he's, like, not being contested at all, really. Looks like we do have some submarine build-up, which could be an interesting strategy. Although, since your opponent has the bigger ships with that underwater torpedoes, that'd be super effective. But, yeah, the battleship is being resurrected again. I don't know what I feel like it got resurrected before I looked at it that last time. Oasis out here. Aircraft carrier. Very nice. Oh, do we not have... I guess the extra ships... yeah. It's unfortunate the extra, like, the expanded T2 ships, like, little add-on wasn't implemented for this game. Let's attack. Homeboy is like nothing. Let's, bro. You have like 3 subs. Yeah. Oh, and also, what do we have down here? Ooh, Tumbleweeds from Rise Heaven. Okay, Rise Heaven is contributing a bit, man. He's doing his best, and Tumbleweeds kind of getting far there. This Oasis is definitely going to go down. Definitely out of position. I don't know what happened there. It might have been EMP bombed is maybe what happened, but he has another one in reserve back here. So, yeah, Mr. McDonald's slowly getting forced back, it looks like, and Death Cavalry is getting caught out there as well. We'll see what he's able to do. Holy Marauders from Captain Pierogi. So we're finally seeing these long-time T3 players get in the game here, get some action in. So Marauders coming in, a lot of them, and they're attacking all along the shore, it looks like. Oh, no. Okay, they are diving in on Pyro's base here. Lots of air support coming in as well, but again, like, I don't understand. The constant, like, it provides you some idea of, I guess, of where things are, and maybe that's important, but yeah. Yeah, these Marauders are just gonna clean house right behind enemy lines, and it wouldn't have been possible without McDonald's staying out there on the water that long, and he's still out there providing resistance. Yeah, I mean, Hurricane's base is just gonna die if these Avises go down. Marauder's taking casualties, but honestly not that bad. Oh no, they're just back here. Yep, there goes Hurricane. Although he still has Avises up. I don't know what blew that. Maybe just big chain reaction or something. Oh, looks like an Aphis did go down there. More Marauders. Yeah, they're the last of the Aphises. Oh gosh, and it looks like it hits Barbaros's base as well. Looks like he had rebuilt in the back there. Not totally out of the game, of course, but he is feeling very, very bad. Honestly, the whole team is. They still have an equal economy with the Cool College team, which just showed you how far ahead they were eco-wise. A lot due to Hurricane shenanigans, of course. Milkid with his commander arc here, not even Cloak trying to defend his base. Lots of construction turrets going down there, which is never fun. Looks like his commander's just going to go down. Oh, he does Cloak it in time. I think he's made it out. Nice. I was kind of worried there. I'm like, that'd be very, very silly, wouldn't it? EMP Bomber gets some runners just in time before that fusion reactor blows, but somebody needs to come in there and do some damage. Maybe the commander could walk back a little bit, do a D-gun there. Although the EMP Bombers will continually bomb them, hopefully. Looks like Melkidemi is pretty on it with the bombers. But that's also surprising that he doesn't move his commander back if he knows he has it in the bag. Anyways, looks like the... holy cow, Pyro is definitely rallied with a lot of Dolphins here. Yeah, they're not good at anti-air, let's just say that. But Angler's constantly harassing them. How many kills do these guys have? Oh, just one. Okay. Well, they're doing their best. We'll say that. Did they get another kill here? No. Okay, a little bit of sad showing, but they're only 2 EMP bombers. Or torpedo bombers. And, yeah, the Warm Color team has not done as much with their free sea over here. I mean, they did have the initial Marauder attack, but I haven't really seen anything, or initial hovercraft attack, but nothing really after that. There's no amphibious units out here for a Windrunner, which is interesting. We're actually starting to see some Lungheads coming out from Eavesdrop, who has been kind of absent. He got hit with that amphibious assault pretty bad while he was trying to eco up, which is never fun. I mean, that's like 10 minutes that you wasted. Obviously not your fault, but it just happens. More Tumbleweeds coming out here, but looks like there is sufficient torpedo defense this time. The Lampreys, the advanced torpedo launchers, which you never really see, are, yeah, worth their weight in gold right now against these Tumbleweeds, man. Who would have thought? And we are having a time of our life with this FPS count over here, man. Holy moly. The ships are doing me in, man. I mean, we don't even have that many units. 2,500. That's kind of when my computer starts really slowing down. But a great game so far, and especially a great game on the ocean, which is not normally where you see a lot of fun things happen. Normally it's just like one and done. Once you lose that initial battle, whoever loses it, it's over for you for the rest of the game, which what I thought was what was going to happen to Mr. McDonald, but not quite. Also, navigation apparently did not work against those Tumbleweeds. Nice try there from the Tumbleweeds, actually. I think if like more were put in there, That'd be better than sending them over here against these torpedo launchers. Although I don't think Heaven or Rise Heaven's going to be doing that again. More Marauders coming out here from them. A few of them. And lots of Dolphins. I don't know if this is the best strat, honestly, but it is one of the things. What is happening over here? What is all the pings? Oh, Amphibious Assault. It's happened. Unfortunately, it's by Fast Attack Hovercraft. A constant stream of them. So very much just like a tick strategy of Fast Attack Hovercraft. But again, could have been stopped with some fortifications, but once missile cruisers are on your shoreline, it's kind of hard to build those. So understandable that they're not there. Lots of Marauders out here from Captain Pierogi. Probably going to cause a lot of havoc again. We'll see if he gets stopped this time. Obviously a much more obvious attack because Windrunner's right there. But, I mean, it would be the same thing if he attacked over here because now the front line is secured for Warm Colors team. Although Mr. McDonough, again, still on the field. Honestly, probably still has a bigger navy than the rest of them. He might be able to win. I don't know. More Marauders being built up here from Rise Heaven. They're looking for an opening. They're probably, looks like they're going to go, they might go just in here. Just like a pretty, yeah, that'd be interesting. I don't know how effective that would be. I mean, again, the best thing would be to get to Mr. McDonald's back line, but with the torpedo launchers, those Marauders are going to get eaten up before they get to the coast. So, yeah, not entirely worth it. As these Marauders are not really finding out because there's not a ton of... I mean, the cruisers should have decent torpedoes, right? Yeah, they do. I mean, these guys kind of aren't getting hurt, but nothing crazy. I think cruisers have the lightest torpedoes out of any boat. I think the least effective. Happiness also catch some shots in there. But the underwater laser cannon from the commanders is not the most effective tool in the world. But I don't think these Marauders will be doing too much here because they're gonna. The only place they can land is right here, where the Pulsars are, and Pulsars do great things against Marauders, and also Bulls, of course. So yeah, those Marauders are done for basically. A little bit of a scare, but nothing crazy. Captain Pierogi not able to do it to him. More naval torpedo bombers come up all the time from Skinnerify, and a few Marauders over here from Captain Pierogi, which are getting kind of far. Dreadnought battleships now out for Pyro, which means he does have that T2 naval shipyard. Does please tell me Forlog has? Yeah, okay. It's like if this guy doesn't have a T2 by now, that'd be a little bit concerning. Let's be real. Yeah, these Marauders are. This is one of the bad things with having a bunch of Dolphins. They have no underwater capabilities, so you're just kind of, yeah. Wow, that's why you big build ships, and the big ships aren't even going. Yeah, that's so weird. But it looks like we do have Rise Heaven. Big assault here, so he does have Platypus, amphibious bots, as well as Marauders, which are like big, their father versions, kind of. Yeah. Ooh, nice Razorback there. 33 kills, man. Probably mostly against like ticks and pawns, but still. And a Thor over here. I can't imagine this does too much, but it could get some lucky hits. Ooh, nice EMP bombing there. Skinnerify on top of the air game. Honestly, both the air players have had a good showing this game. Let's be real. I think Skinnerify a little bit more of one. Zolan coming in here with the Cloak Commander, hoping for some juicy D guns most likely. Yeah, nice. Love to see those Marauders get eaten up. It's one of my favorite pastimes. You know, watching it, not doing it. You know, I feel like I provide good advice on all the casts, but then it's like I cannot defend against Marauders in a real game. It's like over for me every time. Not every time, but you know. It certainly feels that way. It's the, you know, it sticks out when you die to something stupid like that. And I would classify it as something stupid. It's almost always preventable in every case, unless you've like really lost the game. Looks like we have another assault here of Seekers, maybe? Marauder out here from Windrunner. That guy's not doing much. Oh, more Marauders. These guys might be able to do something. Yeah, the warm color team really ramping up their expansion. Looks like they do have slightly worse economy, but honestly, like 100 metal when you have like 1.2 thousand isn't like a huge deal. All I'm saying is that 100 metal is typically not what's making you lose the game. At that point, it does tend to come down to tactics and strategy, which is my favorite part of the game. You know, as much as I love building up a little eco, not nearly as fun as watching things shoot each other. Everybody likes watching that, let's be real. Yeah, I mean, Basically a free attack from Happiness here. There's like nothing on the front lines. Razorback doing his best, man. But yeah, no sack defense to be heard of, really. Lots of battleships out here from Pyro. Yeah, that's feeling really bad. So McDonald's still contesting the sea, but it's not enough for him to like stop this coastal bombardment. No flagships out yet, though. I'm surprised Mr. McDonald hasn't built one. That would really wreck the enemy fleet. But yeah, I mean, it's rough because if you take the Navy out here, you know Forlog's just waiting to go in, and he might just have enough to wreck you. So it's kind of, you're caught between a rock and a hard place. If you do nothing, your team's probably going to lose. If you do something, your team's definitely going to lose, because once they have this open up, this sea open up for naval landings, it's over, basically. Like, that is a direct shot to, yeah, the whole economy, or just flanking the back line. I mean, same thing. Honestly, this sea's a little bit more deadly, for being real. But, yeah, looks like Mr. McDonald has chosen to flip the coin. Going to be, oh, maybe, cautiously advancing, we'll say, towards Pyromathic's huge fleet of dolphins there. Also, lots of Marauders over here. Flagship out in the North Sea. We see that what that bad boy is able to do. But Forlog, what's he going to do? Is he going to advance his line? And is he going to go in? This is like a very tense moment. I have no idea. Okay, so McDonald is going to be going in against Pyro's fleet, which does make an about face. Try to attack him here. Tons of dolphins again. I think the lasers of the Cortex cruisers is honestly very, very helpful against all of these. Yeah, oh my gosh. Against all of these dolphins, man. They didn't stand a chance. That really makes the map look a lot nicer when you clear out that much enemy units. Even though, you know, they're light T1 units, nothing crazy, but still nice to see. Do manage to take out a Despot there. And yeah, now Mr. McDonald's is really in between a rock and a hard place. The enemy fleet and a cliff face. Very, very cinematic view here. Fantastic naval battle with all of the air overhead just like waiting to pounce and go in as soon as those anti-airships are dealt with. Anti-nuke aircraft carrier even coming in the back there. Is Mr. McDonald able to win this naval engagement? That will decide basically the whole game here. And the answer to that is maybe not, honestly. Not sure. Not sure if he's able to do it. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, it's not looking too great for him here. Again, he does have pretty good defenses here. Like, he still might be able to build up. And he's making a flagship. He is making a flagship that tends to jumpstart a lot of careers there. And he's got the Death Cavalry out here actually repairing instead of reclaiming, which I think is smart because he's lost the naval engagement. So, yeah. Looks like he was actually not able to take both navies at once. Maybe if their EMP bombers here were more of an active force. But then if they come in earlier, they might just die. Kraken's still out here, and they're going to be doing damage. A lot of these ships are hurt, man. Dreadnought's going to be going down. That was a battleship and a cruiser. I mean, that's not bad. I think Mr. McDonald definitely won in terms of value trading, but ended up losing as a whole. I mean, if these Death Cavalry just stay out here, that's a huge loss for the Warm Colors team. But the main thing is that this assault on this coastline here has stopped, which was super, super detrimental to any frontline efforts here in the middle part of the map. So that was good. He accomplished a goal. He might have hamstrung himself in terms of accomplishing future goals, but you can't predict the future, so you might as well act now. So I think it was better than just waiting around, and also more climactic, so it makes for a great intro. Unless something more cool happens, then that'll be the intro. You never know. Holy... Yeah, oh my gosh, man. These Krakens are killer. Yeah, submarines are very, very effective, especially if your opponent's not investing in good torpedoes, which, again, cruisers are not the best torpedo ship in the world. You can see these Krakens just take as many hits as they want to. And they fire back with a pretty good efficiency. He is rich. You won the battle. You won the battle, and they're not able to capitalize. T1 Navy not able to do it for him. This is what I'm worried about if I was a Cool College team, but yeah, I don't know. The flagship is out, though. The Black Hydra's out. Already racking up kills here. Absolutely going to be wrecking these Dolphins if they get within range. Trying to take care of that cruiser, but not quite able to do it. And I think not having any Resurrection subs is really hurting the Warm Colors team here. And I apologize if you guys want me to focus more on like the land stuff here. There's not too much going on here. And this was marketed as a naval video, which it most certainly will be. So don't eat, rise. Give me Vanguard, along with some cryptic letters there. Yeah, lots of Lazaruses out here. Good thing Genos don't kill Lazaruses. That is actually an interesting feature, if that was a thing. They killed res bots as well. They are kind of like that frail kind of bot that you'd think might get taken out by Juno, but definitely is not. So what's the play here for either team? How do they win? Well, Warm Color's team play is pretty easy. If you win this C, I feel like you kind of win the game at this point. So Mr. McDonough has a lot of stress put on his shoulders here. Honestly, the Cool Color's team might win with air power. I mean, Skinnerify has a huge air force. If he's making bombers as well, if he could bomb a couple of these like very, very strong players, like Rise Heaven has a huge economy. Hurricane would have been a good target if he wasn't already dead. Yeah, honestly, Rise Heaven and probably the other air players who I would go for. That would be huge. That'd be huge. Or helping in this naval campaign here. I mean, if Mr. McDonough wins this sea, I feel like that's going to be great. If we look at the economy, I mean, the Cool Colors team has a better economy. They have less map control, but they've just built up more, I guess. And also this little mountain base in the back here is a little cheeky. Actually, a great idea, right? Build stuff away from the front line, right? You don't really want aces on there. And of course, the lull cannons also could finish off this game, which I would actually be very, very sad if that happened. I understand why, of course, they are in the game. We've had this discussion a lot on this channel, I feel like. You know, they're an integral part of the game. I think they're a good feature. But in terms of, like, you know, getting, like, a good, clean win, it never feels good to win based off like, those kind of long-range plasma cannons, in my opinion. This Black Hydra up to 10 kills here, really just great at harassment, up to 11 now. Although, actually, that might have been the... Yeah, that was the subs, never mind. Yeah, these subs, honestly, how many kills do these guys have? Only 8? Surprising. I feel like they had more. Yeah, they've been annoying too. And no sub response from the Warm Colors team. They feel very unreactive in how they play. You know, obviously, like, keep in mind all this criticism comes from like these guys would obviously like annihilate me in any situation here. But I feel like, you know, looking back, hindsight, retrospective, I feel like it might be something they would agree with. Like, there's no counterplay to all these subs coming out. And also, subs are great at taking out flagships, because flagships have torpedoes, of course. But again, like, there's only so much one flagship can do, right? And yeah, look, even more Krakens joining the field. And these, like, are such an obvious problem. And cruisers, again, do have torpedo capabilities, but they're not the greatest. And you're going to have to build up, like, let's see if I'm wrong here. I mean, I feel like subs are much, much more efficient to build than cruisers, but it looks like his naval shipyard actually was reclaimed here. So I don't know what he's going for now. I don't know what the play is here. Just ecoing up or what? You might just feel he has this front line pretty secured, which honestly, don't disagree. Lots of naval mines out here. Yeah, I mean, the front line feels pretty good, but nothing great. Like, I would not abandon ship right there. There you go, another stupid pun for you. Yeah, look at these submarines tearing up these cruisers. They never stood a chance. Look how many hits this Kraken can take from torpedoes. I mean, this guy's taking what, like 4 or 5? And these guys don't shoot very fast. Yeah, and like that cruiser force was decimated. I don't get it. At least we are seeing subs out here now from Pyro. Fast assault subs, gonna be losing those protracted engagements from long range battle subs, but very cheap to build. And if you can swarm with them, you might be able to get something done. So we'll see if anything happens there. Lots of Thors coming out here on the main line. A lot of people started Armada, especially on the front line. I think everyone did, actually, if you recall the beginning there. So yeah, it's a Thor galore battle out here. These Thors from Pierogi, not supporting his friends, unfortunately, of Mr. Eavesdrop, who has finally joined the front line for good now. He's in it to win it, man. He's finally recovered. It's taken a while. He's going to be trying to do something. EMP's coming out there, Armada. Their special, like, mini nuke facility. Paralyzers coming out there. Pretty good, honestly. Stopping those Vanguards from firing, which do annoying damage over time. And if you're winning the Vanguard battle, you're able to push your opponent back. Nothing bad, but I'm surprised we're not seeing more energy shields. I see one in the background here, but nothing else. I guess, I mean, they are a very big drain on new energy. But yeah, look at the Warm Colors team. It's still losing that economy game, man. Which is kind of surprising. I mean, Rise of Heaven is higher TS than Captain Pierogi. You think he'd be able to scale more. I think he's contributing, I mean, he's contributing about the same as Captain, so I don't know why this deficit is so huge. I mean, Hurricane getting taken out there was a huge blow, I guess. And Zwollen never took that kind of heat. The Warm Colors team has had far less successful incursions into the mainland, but now we're starting to see, is there a battleship over here? I mean, definitely, right? No. Yeah, Epoch. It's like, I'd be surprised if there wasn't. 31 kills here, probably why all these shields are up here. But again, like, you want shields on your front line. Thankfully, all this crap's already cleared out, and the other players are like kind of behind this rock face, which is a fantastic terrain feature. And I think I'd like this map even less than I do if that was not a terrain feature. It kind of blocks off the battleships from like half the map there, not able to do as much damage, so it's nice. Also, it's pretty, and you can put vanguards out there, which vanguards are cool, and I like putting them up on high places. Skaters getting wrecked here, not sure how important that is. Honestly, if this flagship could get over here and start doing damage, that would be crazy. But I mean, Mr. McDonald really has to win here, and it seems like he is. I mean, submarines are coming out even, you know, more than they had been. There's no defense to the submarines from Pyro and Forlog again. Oh, looks like he did make another advanced shipyard, but and he's making long range. He is making serpents. Nice. He might be able to snowball, but I kind of doubt it. We'll see. Hopefully, Mr. McDonald goes. Or not that I'm rooting for either side, but if I was, Mr. McDonald would want to go for him first. I imagine. Although there's a lot of what? Oh, Grim Reapers here. I thought those were like battle subs. Kind of the icons are very, very small. It's hard for me to tell exactly what's what in terms of submarines. Like, look at this when you zoom out. That's what a submarine is versus the flagship logo. Logo? Icon? You know what I meant. Also, I don't think these mines get triggered by submarines. I mean, yeah, they definitely don't, unless they are like have a large proximity. Barracuda coming out here, and the long-range battle subs, the serpents from Forlog as well. Look how much more effective these submarines are against other submarines versus those cruisers ever were. Those cruisers were struggling big time, and also, I mean, Windrunner is, still being nasty over here, and Marauders still trying to find some kind of purchase over here from Hurricane. There's no way they're going to be able to do it. Yeah, Sharpshooter's out here. 23 kills on a Sharpshooter is mildly insane, especially since I'm assuming these kills were relatively relevant considering the veterancy level. And Thor's out here. No stack defense, interestingly enough. But yeah, those Marauders never really stood a chance. Mr. McDonald, yeah, still expanding. These submarines aren't enough to pressure him out. Pyro looks like he is retreating his Grim Reapers, which is normally a sign that you know you're going to lose. He has, taken away a shipyard as well. Kind of giving up over here. It kind of looks like building a hovercraft platform, which, hovercraft, significant downgrade even from T1 shipyard. Rocket. Rocket. I don't see what rocket ship he's talking about. Oh, over here for the longbow cruiser, probably. Yeah, I mean, cruisers those longbow cruisers are great because they don't get stopped by plasma shields. I'm gonna turn the sound down a little bit. Sorry. I'm just paranoid because like if the sound's too low, it's like manageable, but if it's too high, the video is like unwatchable. So I don't want to make an oopsie doopsie mistake and have to re-record. I would not be as invested as I am right now. Like this is probably one of the battles that I'm like ever been the most invested in. I just love naval combat so much. It's so interesting. It just looks cool. Let's be real, it looks thematic. And with like the 3D aspect of like the ocean, like you get the submarine aspect, super interesting, and air plays a huge part. Look at the Air Force here. I wonder how many units there are here. Am I gonna try for the select? Will it just crash my computer? Okay, I'm not gonna be able to find an airplane in there, am I? If you see anything interesting going on, let me know. Juggernaut. Oh, crap. Never mind. Okay. We have an undescribable amount of airplanes, and this is a Titan, not a Juggernaut. I was fooled. Yeah, Homeboy's getting wrecked. Let's be real. Starlights here. Fantastic, but, yeah, big explosion. Not good for those Starlights. They don't tend to have a lot of, in the way of defenses. Yeah, this is probably the most intense that this battle for the middle here has been this whole game. And look how Windrunner's been pushed back up the coast there. I don't know. There must be some kind of artillery pushing him back or something like that. Because you might as well fire into those shields because it does drain the opponent's energy. Not that that's like a huge resource in this like late of the game. But it still, you know, might as well if you can. It doesn't cost anything to fire your own ships. As long as you have the energy, it won't cost anything. So what do we got cooking over here? Aerostorm's nice, lots of good anti-air. It's been a train wreck in slow motion. I completely agree. Yeah, look, Pyro's pulled out. It's over. He's out of the ocean completely. He has the Resurrection subs and Battleship, with one with a good amount of kills. Yeah, nice, 16. And this T2 shipyard might be able to do something. But again, like, making more cruisers. It's so silly. Cruisers are not going to be able to compete with the Battleship, and they're not going to be able to do anything against the submarines. Although the submarines looks like they kind of got... Oh, never mind. They're all over here. So you have these submarines over here and these over here, and your submarine force is much smaller. What do? Sandwich them in between. No, he has no idea these are over here, most likely. And honestly, moving these guys towards the Aerostorms is a good idea. You know, they don't have any torpedoes, right? But the long-range Krakens are able to get in just in time to save their Aerostorm skin. And torpedo bombers out here for Skinnerify, doing a nice job too. Yeah, I mean, having air superiority is huge in naval battles. And it looks like Malekith's kind of given up the air. I mean, he's still making fighters. Pretty rapid rate, actually. He's definitely not giving up. He must have lost like a pretty recent air engagement because he was like very, very few fighters up in the skies there. Look at Rise of Heaven, man. What is he making here? Hounds. Holy moly. Sacrificing they are the dogs of war. That's actually a great name for them, if I don't toot my own horn. We have Ragnarok being built up here by Rise of Heaven. Really where these big eco players come into play is with those big log cannons in the late game. Attempted naval excursion from Milk Dragon here. Trying to take control of the sea again. At least push these guys back. He's got a lot of lunkheads. Not typically like the greatest, especially for being a T3 unit, but I don't know what's wrong with these ships, bro, but they do not want to fire. They're having a bad time. What, they have pathing issues or something going on? No idea. Those cruisers are in another world, man. They must be like smoking crack or something because they aren't firing worth a crap. Looks like we do have fighters coming out here from Skinnerify. Just getting vision, I assume. Yeah, and there's nothing to contest them either. Like, where's the naval anti-air? I mean, there's some over there, actually, to be fair. But nothing crazy. That's a lot of units. Wish I could go to that ping. Oh, no, I can't. I have no idea where that is. There's just a mess of icons on my screen here. Yeah, there's nothing supporting those. That must just be for vision, but look how far they're getting, man. That shows you how good your opponent's anti-air is, which is not good. Lunkhead's coming out now for Pyro out here from the gantry, so I guess that's why he did retreat. Or, you know, he was probably just like, hey, I'm going to lose a sea. Might as well just support it from the land, a place that I can actually control here. Not a bad idea, but look. This is like when Gondor saw those ships. They thought they were the Corsairs, but they're actually friendly. Look at that Hydra coming on the coastline there, able to attack the Warm Colors team from the coast, which honestly probably signifies the end of the oh, my bad, of the Warm Colors team, as well as like they have insane like air deficit in terms of superiority. Very, very little ground anti-air, which if you're gonna lose the air, you need ground anti-air, right? These fighters are able to just swarm around with impunity. Obviously there is stuff firing at them, but not nearly the amount you would need. Unfortunately, there's not like a lot of bombers again from Skinnerify. I mostly focus with those torpedo bombers over here and the EMP bombers in the early game. So a little unfortunate he's not really able to capitalize upon that, but look, they're still just swarming over. I mean, like if there were strap bombers here, it'd just be over. And this is like, you'd hate to see it. So I'm kind of glad it didn't end that way. But yeah, with the Hydra here, it's going to be a tough game for the Warm Colors team. They are starting to build these EMP keepers, the plasma deflectors. And with only one flagship, you're not able to really take any amount of plasma deflectors. But still, like, you're able to attack everything out here that's not protected. Not quite sure if it's able to shoot up this Ragnarok. I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't think so. It'd be a stretch. That was not a word. A stretch for sure. Oh my gosh, but look, Milk Dragon able to push back Windrunner with the lunkheads. This is the most effective lunkhead attack I've ever seen in my life. Even pushing back an Epoch, man, it's crazy. I mean, I hope they don't continue to like. I think like following after this is a bad idea because again, this flagship's just gonna be able to hit you with impunity with at least one of its cannons. Looks like the other one is not able to fire, but yeah, I mean, you're just gonna die eventually. Unless you get, yeah, maybe the Seekers if they're taking hits for you. But Marauders coming out for Captain Progi. See, look at this like amphibious invasion. This is so cool. I love this. Love this so much. This is why the ocean is fantastic. Yeah, now this this operation over here is probably done. Not that it ever really amounted to too much as far as I was aware, but yeah, anyways, still a little unfortunate there. Finally something that hits subs, but that can't be hit back. Yeah. Actually, I didn't know Lunkheads had that good of torpedoes, but yeah, they massacred those subs, man. So it looks like Pyro's finally got it, man. He's making these, yeah, these guys, which are going to be pretty deadly. Flagship, obviously able to deal with Lunkheads, but if you have too many of them, I mean, you're worried definitely about your aerostorms dying there. Anti-airships, very, very important, although you do really have air controls. It's not like as big of a deal as it would be if it was actually contested. And of course, your flagship has local anti-air from its own ship, so again, if like a couple planes aren't going to be a big deal to a homeboy there. But yeah, now surface navy is kind of needed for McDonut. The era of the submarine's over with the Lunkheads. How much damage is this guy taking? Not too much. Yeah, I would definitely try to get some support ships in there if I could. And we got, oh, the naval bombers have moved over here supporting this Lunkhead attack. Surprised there this many still alive. The Marauders trying to just go under the Navy, which is not probably going to work. Yeah, not the most effective thing, unfortunately. But we have some Seekers over here, man. They're trying to do a little bit of damage, and they are succeeding a little bit. Nothing huge there from them. They don't really have the firepower necessary. And also longbow missile cruiser from who? Or is that a bomber? Who is that from? Not sure. Not sure. Either way, yeah, the sea's looking dire for the warm color team on both fronts, for sure. This flagship's still very, very healthy and able to contest these Lunkheads for now. Again, like, you definitely want a surface navy. Yeah, okay, so he's making battleships. Those are going to be joining the front line, and those Lunkheads are probably done. That's not entirely true. He's making a lot of them. Yeah, definitely resistance over here is a good thing. But Titans now, holy cow. Holy Titan from Swollen, going to be just crossing the sea. You know, nothing, no biggie. Flagship, yeah, continuing to take damage. This flagship might go down. It might. But again, remember where Mission McDonald was. Also remember where her Milk Dragon was, man. This guy built up an attack for a long time. It's not going to win. I can't imagine it's going to win. But, I mean, you're able to push back all the way and provide a bit of an opening for air supremacy. That's pretty nice. And it's also protecting your coastline for a little bit, which is worth its weight in gold when you lost the sea like it had been lost. The middle also appears to be pretty lost for the warm color team. Again, this is the only thing that's going to save them. And it's been building, yeah, for a long time. So 20 minutes. I don't know if the warm team can survive another 20 minutes. I mean, they're actually holding out pretty well. There's no, like, earth-shattering killer that's going to end them. Although, actually, a lot of Juggernauts out here from Mr. Pierogi might be the death of them if we're being real. But they're going to do their best. Also, Forlog left some time ago. Oh, he's still chatting. I don't know. Where are you? Maybe he's just watching. Anyways. Maybe he's... I don't know. I have no idea. Let's not worry about it. Pyro's taking all his stuff and his commander, it looks like. Huge air attack. And it is supported by Hailstorm Heavy Strat Bombers from Captain Pierogi. Let's go. This is what I've been waiting for so long. I mean, the Cool Colors has had air dominance for like the whole game. And also, yeah, because their economy most likely. And now we have Strat Bombers, which are not going to be bothered with these plasma deflectors. So let's see these bombs dropped. Hopefully they initiated like an early bomb dropping. No. It looks like one of the sad ones where their attack order is so far away. They're dropping some bombs. Or maybe that's just airplanes hitting the ground. It is so laggy. It's insane. 55, almost 5,500 units. At least that air attack took out some units, but yeah. Battleships gifted to Zwollen here to support his Titan attack. Nice. And tons of Marauders just like storming the battlefield there. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad for the Warm Colors team. The Lunkheads are dying in retreat. But again, like these, it's so slow to like catch his front line up. And he's gonna have local superiority with his own Lunkheads. Look how many he's producing over there. I don't know, it's feeling bad. It's feeling bad over there for sure. It'd be feeling worse if the bombers managed to hit anything. Maybe they did hit something, I just didn't notice. But I didn't see them target anything on the ground. Something hit. The most descriptive statement I've ever said. Apheus is going up there in smoke, man. I don't know what hit him. I didn't see any cool colored icons there, but they did something, man. So nice job there. Yeah, Titans are just wrecking house. This flagship's not going to be alive for long, man. And I think, are they just attacking with rockets? Is that what I'm witnessing here? No, okay. Sometimes they do get high enough to attack with their main cannons there. Yeah, this advanced shipyard's going to be going down here. Turn off the UI just long enough to see big explosion over there. Is it, are nukes going on? No, there's the amphibian thing. Oh, Juggernaut died. Huge Juggernaut death. They tend to do that. I just love watching this. Fantastic. There's not much I can say. Props to the Warm Colors team for holding out for so long. Honestly, if it wasn't going so bad in the middle, honestly, they kind of take it back in the middle. Ish. It's looking better for them. This is a huge problem area. But, I mean, Windrunner might be able to take this back. Honestly. He does like retreating and then, you know, having the flagship just like chuck shots at these guys, which, you know, is a good strategy. You're just getting value for free, although you are giving up the coastline. Oh, there's not too much to attack anymore. I mean, he did a good amount of damage while he had like total superiority. I think a few more longbow missile cruisers could have been in play there, but what are you gonna do? All this is Aphis was right on the edge of the ocean, man. Not good spots. Definitely not. Yeah, McDonut there as he's killing it, and also he's a team player, man, giving sacrifice and boats as well. I don't know if they are asking for them, or you know, it's just useful not to just to micro your own stuff in the back. And he's been doing a great job microing the Navy this whole time, so maybe he's just a little tired. But yeah, the Titans finally getting on land. Now one is like almost dead here, but there's one pretty healthy one. Not too much eco. I mean, there's just fusion reactor scatting around, but they take out that gantry. I mean, there's no resistance on this ocean after that gantry is gone. You know, both of them. I think we saw another Juggernaut die in the back there. Yep, you can tell. And how is this Ragnarok doing? Oh, I think all the planes were killed. Yeah, that makes sense when all the fighters went in. So that Ragnarok's definitely not coming up. There's no way. 20 minutes. It wasn't gonna come up anyways, this Euro, but now it's feeling like a very, very, very far-fetched dream. Pyro probably gonna be able to catch up this Titan and degun him, but is it gonna be in time before the Titan does some significant damage to these gantries? No, he's definitely gonna get there before the gantry goes down, I think. Yep, nice. And some good veterancy there for sure. Yeah, I mean, he's still not entirely cleared out of the ocean, but I mean, there's no way he's gonna come back. I've said that so many times in the past, and they just decide to defy what I just said. Speaking of, lots of bombers, Whirlwinds, T1 bombers, so no significant cost investment, but they do actually launch their bombs, and the fusion reactors go down there, and as well as the construction turrets. So Windrunner has no production on that gantry there, although I don't know if he's too concerned about that anyways. And he's decided to stand his ground now. Obviously, you don't want to lose your last ocean holdings to these stupid lunkheads, man. I mean, lunkhead even sounds pejorative. There's no way you're gonna lose to him, right? So yeah, I mean, he's gonna be able, I don't know what's up with these cruisers, man. They just don't want to. I don't understand. Oh, they're not in range, bro. I'm dumb. I just. How about we ignore what I just said for like 4. Ignore me. Just enjoy the sights and sounds, folks. Alright, so Juggernaut over here on the coast dying as well. Yeah, I mean, the Juggernauts, you're giving your opponent a lot of metal. I was gonna say they don't seem to have any res bots, but holy res bot. This is why I'm lagging so bad, guys. Yeah, that's the Skag Hurt. Does he have the energy for that? No, he doesn't. It's back and forth, we'll say that. But yeah, definitely good strategy to have res bots, that's for sure. Oh no, we do have the wall cannon up for the Cool Colors team. We have the Calamity. Very, very nice. I'm partial to the Ragnarok myself, but you know, what are you gonna do? And it feels bad. Again, it is a long-range plasma cannon, but it feels a little bit better just because they were already losing. Although I would have actually kind of liked to see this play out. See how long, honestly, the Warm Colors team could hold out for. But with this plasma cannon going, you know, I don't really see them making it much longer. Although, can this hit in the very, very back line. Because if Avises start going down for the backline players, it's over, right? But I don't think it... No, it definitely does not have a range there. So it's only targets as stuff that's already wrecked, basically. So, you know, what are you going to do? But you're preventing rebuilding, and it's just like a huge morale. Honestly, it's just like... Yeah, morale is important in this game, right? Not like in the game stats, but... I know when I see a long-range plasma cannon go up, I'm just like, oh, it's over. GG. And that's basically what happens every time. It's rare. I've only casted a few games where you actually see a plasma cannon get taken out before the enemy team surrenders. But these guys are holding on. No one in the whole lobby has left this game. I think Forlog might have had to go or something. I don't know entirely what happened. Like, he's still registered in the game, but he doesn't have any units or anything. But yeah. Honestly, yeah, so great job from everybody for not leaving. Nothing crazy in the chat that I've seen, although I haven't really watched it that heavily. I tend to only watch chat for free-for-all games because that's when it's most interesting, especially if you have Delphi in there causing havoc with his blatant lies, like, you attacked me first when you've been neutral the whole game. It's fun. I love the diplomacy aspect of free-for-all games. That's why they're some of my favorite to cast. Even though they don't do super well on the channel, it's always worth it for me. I like watching it. Or casting it, I guess. Yeah, and Pyro's still on the sea, man. This is, props to him. He's gonna die. Eventually, right? More Marauders going to be beaching there. And just try not to move the camera too much as we slowly lag out of the game here. Although the amount of units hasn't really increased for the past few minutes here. Not that I've noticed, but, you know, I can't play. Rip one runner. Giving a stuff to Hurricane, which, yeah. Hurricane seems to be taking a lot of people's stuff there. Or not taking stuff, but like they'll give it to him because, you know, he has not too much to do because he didn't have a base, so he just gets the micro stuff, which is always a great idea. You know, APM is a resource as well, actions per minute. So yeah, using that effectively is great. And the same thing that Mr. McDonald was doing with gifting ships and stuff. It's more efficient to have, you know, someone microing their air with their own ships than like trying to coordinate with someone across like chat and pings. So yeah, it's a good play, honestly. Pyro is suffering here very heavily from the long range plasma cannon and the Marauders coming out here, and the Lunkheads can try to catch up, but honestly it's not going to happen here. And it looks like, I thought that was GG, but there's not, somebody left. Oh, someone left the One Crush team. I don't remember who it was. Rip the homie, but yeah, they're gone. Who was that? I have no idea. Yeah, okay, it does seem like it is the GG here, as another person does end up leaving. Happiness, I did know that one. Are they still spectating? Oh, Malekith. Yeah, I think he might have lagged out because he didn't really suffer any damage here. But honestly, yeah, it's felt over for a long time, but it's a spectacle, man. It's great to see. I love watching it. So yeah, the final air attack here. Try to get our 5 frames per second cinematic view. I mean, aren't movies shot on 24 frames? It's basically, I'm just trying to be, you know, accurate here to movies, right? I may have gone a little too far in lowering the frames, but 5 is closer to 24 than 60 is. So can you really complain? Also, these, yeah, I mean, looks like anti-air was really built up here by our Eyes Heaven, which is, yeah, always good to see and super necessary. And honestly, other people should have done it too. But what are you going to do? And the Hailstorm Strat Bombers are suffering, but they do manage to get the drop on the Avises. Oh gosh, that's Happiness gone. And I think Hurricane had one there as well. And Rise Heaven. I mean, yeah, the economy's gone. It's dropping under 500 metal there almost. And more people leaving the game. But yeah, fantastic game. Props to everybody, especially the person who sent this in. The email did not give me whose name it was. I feel like it was probably someone on the winning team. I almost never get a cast from someone who's lost, which is, you know, fair. You don't want to show a game where you're losing. So I'm assuming it's someone over here. So thank you very much. And I'm sorry I did not respond to your first email. Had a mishap there. But the frames are slowly returning, one at a time. They're coming home to Papa. Not really. Yeah, Forlag has I don't know who's like who's still sticking it out, man. I mean, props. Windrunner doesn't have anything. Barbara has been taken out for a long time. Forlog doesn't have any control. So it's over for all intents and purposes. But I do want to wait for the stat screen. I just want to see how many units Skinnerify had, and also how much damage Mission McDonald did. I don't think he did too much damage in all honesty, but he's just able to hold out, which is, you know, sometimes the most important part. Yeah, we have, I think two commanders left. There's one here. I don't know where the other one is. Yeah, okay. We need Windrunner to leave the game, and I know he already has, I think. But anyways, resign. The bombing will continue until you resign. You might as well get kills in your death, though. These Archangels putting in work, man. Anti-air never gives up. Also, I love seeing the explosions go under the map. It's a nice feature. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, why they haven't resigned yet? What do we want to discuss here? What's your favorite color? Okay, Winter's gone, and yeah, that's it. Awesome. So again, fantastic game. It was fun to watch, honestly. But I need a stat screen to come in. I'm not gonna ask again. It's been 53 minutes, man. That's a good game. Honestly, that's like kind of a little bit longer than I would like. But like 40 minutes is like perfect game length in my opinion. It's not too long, not too short. I hate to see the games, like people send me in games that are like 12 minutes long. I'm like, there's like interesting stuff happening, but you can't craft a narrative with 12 minutes, so it's a little unfortunate. Anyways, oh, this is gonna be a laggy stat screen. Let's just look at active units here. So Skinnerify actually did not have the most. Pierogi did. Pierogi did have a large air force. Look at all these Marauders he's making too. I can see that, and also con bots probably, right? Damage dealt. Mission Donut was, yeah, actually kind of a little bit below average, but again, it's the geography that you're holding as well. He also gifted a lot away in like the last minutes of the battle, so he didn't really get any more after that. Delta stats horrendous for 16 players. I wish they would improve the stat screen a little bit, like you could select like a singular person and stuff like that, but Bergie also received the most damage. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun, and I'll see you all later. Adios.